your kids have to see you live the legacy.
That's right.
Oh yeah, you better.
You gotta live the legacy.
In Chicago, so I ended up selling drugs, and I was paying the bills. You know, I was taking care of.
So I know I'm excited. I know parents are excited.
Are you sure that you heard me when I was talking to you, Lord? Because in order for me to be able.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Vaughn, you highlighted Chanel. Did
Did
you
I
highlight
highlight
it?
now?
Yes, I did. I did it. Hi, Chanel. Thank you for being our number one supporter. I love you, girl. I appreciate you. I
Yes.
wanted you to be highlighted right now. Thank you for being here, Sissy. Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another segment of Early Morning Coffee with Marvina and my BF, where we give a voice to the voice and we let you say what is on your mind. I sound crazy this morning. I am tired. This is the day that God has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, we are.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for coming in and supporting us on this glorious morning. I just woke up and I just went to sleep and I just woke up. It's one in the
I
morning.
can dig it.
Yes, ma'am. Let me tell you something, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest. I have started working and doing second shift, even though it's everybody said, oh, it's good because you gotta be at work at 2 o'clock, but you get off of work at 10:30 at night. Then you gotta get home and be close to 12 midnight. Then you try to wind down. By the time you look up, it's about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And then you get back up to do this what's in the bag. And God bless you. Thank you, Lord. I love what's in the bag. Let me tell you something. You know I am not going to not do what's in the bag. I don't care what it is. I'll be sick and shut in. I'm going to come on and enjoy my time with my family. That's right. That's right. But before I continue to talk and get all into me, of course, again, this morning I got some strong coffee. Some strong coffee. This coffee so strong that I just like, I think I put more coffee today than I put sugar and cream because I need to wake up. Because I ain't going back to sleep. I ain't going to go back to sleep until I come home from work tonight. So I had
Mm.
to need something to wake me up this morning. Of course, I got a little, I didn't even put no hazelnut um, creamer in it. This time I just put some of that powder stuff, creamer,
The plain
and then a
creamer.
little sugar. Yep, ain't no flavor to it. It's hot. This is coffee. This is when I say coffee. This is coffee. But anyway, BFF, go ahead on, girl.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's in the bag, family? This morning I am drinking some coffee. I had to think about it for a minute. I feel a little jittery this morning, so I had to take and do a protein shake. And I kept feeling so jittery. I checked my sugar. My sugar levels were too low, entirely too low.
Ooh.
And so everybody on here knows that I'm diabetic, so I'm working really hard to cut down on my sugar. But sometimes I think I take too much sugar out of my diet. And so it was like really low, it was like 67, 68, somewhere in there,
Wow.
entirely too low. So this morning when I made coffee, I literally, because I didn't have any orange juice, sodas, I don't have all that kind of stuff in the house. So I'm putting together a little care package. So this time I literally had to put some sugar into my coffee to kind of, I don't even have any candy to try and boost my sugar levels up. So that's where I am this morning, just trying to be a little bit more careful about things. Just trying to be a little.
Yeah, Dr. Maggot told you to put some sugar in your. I have never
Yeah,
seen somebody. Okay, now I get it. I understand she's diabetic. She is diabetic. But this young lady take everything, all the sugar out. I
I took
mean,
it all out.
she just take all of it out. I mean, that's not what diabetical people supposed to do. But that's what my BF did. She said, if
I,
there's too much sugar, I'm just not gonna take any.
I'm not gonna take it.
BFF, you need to take a
I
little
wound up with
bit.
sugar levels of 722. Could not understand it. Never had issues
Yeah,
like that before. So the
yeah.
best thing for me, I just don't have to have it. I can do without it. I'll do without it.
Okay,
So
BFF. We
yeah, I
got it.
got
You
that.
got Dr. Max said put a little sugar in your life. You gotta put a little
Yeah.
bit, just a little bit. Not
He
you
told
ain't
me to
gotta
go
put a
eat some
whole
French
lot.
fries and a bag of sugar.
Yeah, and he told you some pork skins. Hey Zach, hey Robbie, hey Rhonda, hey Sibby. Look at my Sibbies. I love my Sibbies, boy.
Good morning. Good morning, Big Zach.
Hey Zach and Zach. Oh man. Well, let me tell y'all, we got some things going on, BFF. What's going on in the news today? Do you got something good for us?
Ooh, going on in the news. Let me say this to you guys. They want us in those streets, but now is not the time. I say that again. They want us in those streets, but now is not the time. I know you guys are hearing the rumors about them possibly pardoning the guy from George Floyd. I can't think of his name right offhand, but they're thinking about giving him a pardon, and um, it was another situation with the so-called segregation rules that they're calling themselves trying to implement. There's a lot of misinformation out there as well. Come on, people. Now, you guys know, as hard as somebody may try, there will never be whites only and colored only things again. We will never take and allow that again. We will always stand up and rise up. But if the murderer, and I'll say that, George Floyd, were to get pardoned, the first thing that they want us to do is to rush to the streets and protest and ready to fight up in arms. You know why? So that they can declare martial law. Once they declare martial law, then they can run rampant, more rampant than what they are currently running. Right now, they can only run rampant within the administration. They cannot run rampant within the streets unless we give them just cause to do so. So even though there's whisperings and rumors of war within our own country, all I
Hmm.
ask everybody to do is sit tight, hold on, continue to educate yourselves, and be smart about your choices and decisions.
Yeah, y'all gotta pay attention to what's going on out here because they want us to act a fool.
They
They
want
want,
us to.
and I realize there's a lot of people say we need to go out here and protest and walk the streets or whatever, whatever. Us black folks are tired of that. I ain't trying. I know. I mean, I ain't never really protest, but this has been going on for 200 and some years. We've been protesting and walking the streets. If our feet getting hot, I'm getting tired. Sometimes we just gotta sit back and let these other folks. Be honest with you, we ain't only one being affected by what Trump doing. I think more or less, the people that voted for him is getting more affected by it than we
Yeah,
are. And they get mad because we're not doing anything. We're quiet. And as my BFF always said, um, wealthy whispers, the
the
rich
rich,
scream.
yeah, the rich scream
The
and the
rich
wealthy
screams
whisper.
and wealthy. We're wealthy, so we're gonna whisper, and we're gonna sit back
Right.
and let everybody else do what they got to do until it's time for us to stand up. Until then, let's
Mm-hmm.
just realize right now, you know, Trump is
Like
doing what
that.
he's doing. Things are going the way it's going, but we got a God that's above all
You
things,
better
all
come
of this
on.
stuff. And yet we
Mm.
have been, especially right now, we ain't really been affected more about it, by it. Some people losing their jobs, whatever, whatever. But not really as much as we think. So let's just sit back and relax and just realize that it ain't gonna be long before things
Yeah,
either get
change is
better or
coming.
change. Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah,
I love
change
you,
is coming.
Chanel.
It's,
I love you, Dada. Well, let me tell y'all. Every week we've been talking to a lot of people, entrepreneurs. We've been getting some beautiful guests on our show. We've been bringing on stuff. We've been marketing, and we're actually letting people come on and highlighting them. But this young man, I went. I'm just tell you a little story, okay? So everybody know a little background. I went to the bio place to go to, everybody said, well, it's good to go and donate blood and this and that. So I went to go donate blood. I said, I'm gonna try this, see what happened, how many people I can help, whatever. Even the money was good, so we thought we were gonna do it like that. But anyway, when I got there, there was a young man that was there, and for some reason we clicked. We clicked. And he was talking to me about where he was doing his entrepreneurship and the things he was doing, and it hit my soul because you don't find too many young men doing the things that he's doing. But I'm not going to get all into that because if I do, I'll tell y'all what's in his bag. But I'm just telling y'all brief on how I met this young man. And God bless, I'm glad I did. Let me just bring our guests on to today. Hello, hello,
Good
good
morning.
morning,
How you doing?
good morning. Let me tell you something. I'm so happy you decided to do this morning. And I just got to ask you a question before we get started. I know you got a cup up there. Let me know what's in your cup. What you got in that cup?
I'm drinking ginger ale. I know y'all was drinking coffee, but it's a little different. My coffee has too much sugar in it anyway, so it's not really good. But it was
You
early.
already sweet. You already sweet.
Ginger ale.
I love them. Oh my God, I love them. And then after that, I got another question for you. What's in your bag, boy? What's in your bag? What's going
The
on with you?
first thing I'm gonna start off in my bag today is my children's book. Oh, you
Hey, they can't see it. Let's see if we can bring it up. Cause
Yeah,
yeah, let's see. Which one is that one?
The Daughters Grow So Fast book.
there
The
you go.
daughter
Right
grows
there.
so fast. There it is. There it is. There
Ooh,
it is.
okay.
There it is.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And what's on that book?
So this is actually a picture of my daughter that I used for the front cover. I guess I could take them. Dang, okay, so this is the back.
Wonderful.
And how I designed it
Yes.
is if you kind of look, you see the tree and the swing. This would be
Hmm.
her jumping off the swing, and then she lands in the front of the book.
Oh.
Love it. Oh my God. I love it. So what's on your children books? Tell us a little bit about
Say that one more time.
Tell us a little bit about your books.
Okay, so this first book, I'm gonna just read out the synopsis and then I'll break it down a little more.
Okay.
So, as fathers, we often have many things running through our minds as we watch our little princesses grow up. People always ask us that number one question: what are you going to do when she gets older? We may laugh it off or smile, but the truth is, we may never be able to handle them growing up. Here's a little glimpse of what goes on inside a girl dad's brain. So, this book
Oh.
just captured me from the moment she was born out of the hospital, that first car ride home. She's in second grade now, so I got capturing what I thought she'd be like in first grade, second grade, third grade. Then I think I took it to what I think she'll be like in middle school, getting ready for prom, boys coming in, um, gaining friends and being careful who her friends might be. Then I took it to high school, what I think she might end up being like in high school, and then the end college if she chooses that, and then her being an adult. And like I said, this book was just titled "Daughters Grow Up So Fast" from a father's perspective. I think oftentimes, dads always say they most of the time they want their first to be a boy, and that was me for quite some time. I didn't know when I was going to have my first. I had my first child pretty young. I was 21, so I had to grow up really quick. I guess you could say I went from just being a gamer, going to the gym, being a college student, in and out of jobs, not really, if I didn't like a job, I just quit it and go on about my day. But around this time of my life was different from my friends. I was the first one out of my group to actually bring a kid into the world. So nobody kind of knew, nobody had advice for me. So I
Right.
kind of had to pick it up on my way, ask, I wasn't really, didn't have a close relationship with my real biological dad. So I couldn't go to him for things of that nature. So I kind of had to just ask family questions, social media, even read books and things of that nature. So this book kind of hit home for me because while I'm watching her grow up now, she has her own personality. Some of the stuff that I imagine she's actually doing, and then she other stuff she's doing that she has her own personality and she's become her own person. But oftentimes you'll see, there's people think your life is over when you have a kid. That's all I heard when I was younger. If you have a kid young, your life is pretty much on a standby, and that
Mhm.
could be true. But that's only if you let it. I just kind of took it as something that was going to toughen me up. I knew like this was going to be a roller coaster, something new. But I also knew that I knew how I felt not to have my biological dad in my life, and I had a stepdad, decent relationship, but nothing compares to having like your real biological dad in your life. And I
Mhm.
never really had that. I had friends who did, and you kind of just see, if you just observe, you kind of just see the difference in certain things. So that was kind of just the backstory of me. And then as I dive back into the book, I think it's a lot of girl dads out there that probably feel the exact same way I feel as if they ever read this book or while I explain the book. They just don't know how to put it in words.
Right.
Mm.
So with this book, I was just thinking, one day I won't be on this earth, and she'll always have this book to kind of go back and refer to and just think like, man, my dad really loves me. He wrote a book about me, and it'll be something that she'll be able to keep for life. So that was the thought process behind this book. And then when I actually put it out, though, for me, it was more sentimental value for her. And then as people started buying it, I started, noticing like, you know, different dads, some people twice my age, coming to me and asking me for advice. So that felt kind of good to me in a sense that I could help somebody. And then oftentimes I might have some people that decided they wanted to write books because of this book, or they always wanted to write a book, they just didn't know how. And
Mm.
I just kind of help them see like you just got to start. Once you start, you'll get it done. And most of the time, if you really want to write something, once you start writing, it kind of just you're gonna keep writing. It's gonna click to you. And then for me, I can't just start writing unless I'm in the mood.
Right.
I'm not in the mood,
Mm.
I'm stuck. Like I said, I have about, let's say, about 5 or 6 books that I just been stuck for the longest. I kind of just started. I know I told Miss Clay and Miss Yvonne that I had a writer's block for a long time, probably about 2 3 months now. I just had writing a little bit, but I was forcing it. When I
Mm.
saw the success, I started this book for a different reason, and then I saw the success that this book brought me. And then I just started thinking, oh man, I want to write this book. Hopefully, I make this amount of money for it, and this, that, and the third. But then I realized like that was not me.
Mm.
I would never finish a book when I started thinking, how can I write this book, and how much money do I think I'm gonna make from this book? It wasn't done out of love, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
So I would often start these books and just be stuck. And that's like I said, I write a lot. I'm a huge writer, so for me, being stuck was kind of tough because I didn't know why. I'm just thinking I need to write another book to try to be as good as this one or better.
Mm.
When I had the dollar sign on my mind, I could never get it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Recently, I started just writing. I usually write at nighttime, late 12 midnight, but I just started just watching different podcasts, and that's how I really get my ideas. Podcasts, talking to my niece, my daughter, younger kids, or just social media, different topics that I see. And when I started going back to those roots, I'm back writing my books. I got a couple almost finished. I'm actually working on a father son book, something like I don't have a son, so this is gonna be like kind of the same similarity, but me talking really in the future, since I
Mhm.
don't have a son at all. I would like to do a mother daughter version as well, but I'm trying to see how I'm gonna get that one done. I know that might be me going around speaking to different women, maybe trying to figure that out. I'm not really sure, but I think that one would be cool too.
Mhm. Mhm. What
So,
about the daughter first one? The this book right here. What inspired? I like this one right here.
so this
Mhm.
book actually, its funny story is my daughter and my niece. Like I was a big reader growing up, and they don't really read at the house as much. You know, they hold on to their tablets. And one day they were just honestly annoying me with the tablet. And I tried to get them to read a book at the time, but they, crying, mad. So I ended up just charging the tablet, the iPads for them, and they went somewhere. And while I was up, that's how I was reading a book actually. And then I got the idea to start writing my own book. And then this book, for some reason, was the first thing that popped up in my mind at the time.
Mhm.
And this book was pretty much finished in like 2 hours that day, rough
Wow.
draft.
Mhm.
So I had the full rough draft of this book finished, and then once I read it and thought back to myself, I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. And I think, like I said, I think there's other dads out there that feel the exact same way that I feel because, like I said, I had these conversations in the barbershop around my family with my friends. Everybody's expecting that first child to be a boy.
Mm.
Mhm.
Most of the time, when you thinking like that, from what I used to hear, it would be a girl. But like I said, I was 20 going on 21 or 21 at the time. So I wasn't thinking about kids at all. So when I fast forward, when I end up having a little girl and just having her around me with us being so close, the book came natural when I wrote it. I just knew like as she got older, she would enjoy it. Because I want to say she was probably kindergarten. She couldn't read at the time when I finished this book,
Mhm.
but I would do the read alouds in school for her. I would do read alouds in other classrooms, and just I was more nervous from the children. You know, children ask the most personal,
Yeah, they do.
crazy questions, and I know it's coming from a good heart. They're young, so reading it, I really wanted to know if the kids would enjoy the book while I read it, and I thought like maybe the boys in the school wouldn't want to read or enjoy this book because daughters grow so fast, but I learned quickly like both parties enjoyed it when I got finished. Reading the book to them. Oftentimes they would share like they want to be writers when they grow up now, or they want
Mhm.
they want to write their own story and things of that nature. And even the girls in the classroom, they couldn't wait to kind of show this book to their dads and stuff. So I'm definitely glad I rolled out with this book first. Like
Yeah.
the sentimental value for me is something that I'll never forget. It's something that I know she'll never forget. I created a lot of memories early with her, just being able to go to her class. The teachers. Not too often you see a dad going into class and he's reading a
Yeah,
book. Not only is he reading a book, he's reading a book that he wrote about his kid, and
that's right.
it relates to the whole classroom. You often don't see young black male authors. When I go to these spaces, oftentimes I'm the only male there.
Mhm.
I'm the
Mm.
only
Wow.
black male there too sometimes. So
Mm.
it's just something good to set an example. You like to let people know like this. Writers come in many different shapes and forms. You don't
Mhm.
have to dress a certain way or look a certain way to write. Oftentimes, when I first started, I was trying to blend in and look a certain way. But when I went to these classrooms, that's what got me kind of unnervous. I wasn't as nervous once I saw the kids kind of like me, regardless if I had on, you know, a freshly pressed shirt, scrubs, or some sweatpants on. They enjoyed the book, so I kind of took that and ran with it, and I noticed like I can connect more just looking like and being myself.
Love it.
Love it. Love it.
Love that, and I love that shirt you got on. I love that shirt you got on. So we gonna move to some other stuff right now. So let's look at this shirt. Can you show this shirt you got on, right? The one you got on your chest.
This
That's it.
one, I actually, so it's the long sleeve version. I cut the sleeves. This is
Wow.
actually the shirt. Let me see if I can.
Y'all see that?
Silk City. Okay.
Silk City, baby. So what
This is what
just talk
happens
to us
with
about
fashion.
Silk City. Let's see if I can come on with that.
All right, so Silk City is actually my durag and bonnet brand. Durags to me has been a. If anybody knows me, they know like durags have been is my personality. Most of the time, I'm wearing a durag. If I could wear a durag everywhere I go, I probably would. Just because I like how it adds on to your style. I feel like durags are unique to a person, and you can tell a lot about a person by the durag or the type of bonnet they put on their head. I feel like everybody has a different taste and style. If I see somebody with a anime durag on, I know they like anime. If I see them with a certain rapper on there, I know that might be their favorite. That durag that you see in particular, the Outcast and Friends durag,
Nice.
Hmm.
Nice.
this this was I like I said, I have a bunch of durags, and I would find myself going to the beauty supply store and just rebuying the same durag color over and over and over. And me as myself, I like to wear things that nobody really has.
Hmm.
So I had this in my bag, I guess you could say, for like 2 or 3 years. It
Wow.
started off as a something I wanted to have a twin, so it started off as something I wanted to do with my twin,
Oh.
and then something I wanted to do with my twin and my best friend. But we were all never on the same page with it. We all do different things in life, and one day I've told myself I got to stop putting this off to the side. I kept buying do rags or buying other people do rags and just not really necessarily liking it because they all look the same.
Hmm.
So when I came up with Silk City, me being from New York, and the do rag you see there,
Oh, I love that.
Yes, nice.
so
Nice.
me just being from New York, I came up with the name Silk City, hence the logo, the Statue of Liberty with the do rag on. And I just thought, how can I make something different? So I had this. The city idea is you see the different rappers on the durag. So the G Unit and Dipset durag. That's for New York. That's the city
Hmm.
there. The Nipsey, Nipsey, Cali. So I'm using different rappers to represent different cities.
Hmm.
Mm,
Most of the time, if you're from wherever you're from, and you'll kind of know off the top of your head, like, oh, that's Nipsey. He's from Cali. I'm from Cali. I support that. So the idea behind it was just to have different rappers on it, and without somebody asking me, they'll kind of see the name and then see what I was trying to do with the design.
love it.
Hmm. Okay.
Love it. Love it.
Question for you: Do you customize? Are those customizable?
Yeah, so I actually do customizes per request. So
Okay.
I had somebody who had a family member who passed away, and he wanted me to do a custom durag of like a collage of that family member on his
Oh
head.
wow.
And there was one person who just had a favorite sports team and wanted me to do a sports team logo for them. So
Nice.
Okay.
I don't get
Okay.
them often, but I definitely would like to see what I could do with those. But yeah, custom durags are definitely there on the table, and then that's something that most people aren't really doing either. I noticed
Mm-hmm.
around, like I said, I was studying different people with the durag brand and different celebrities that are having their own bonnet or durag collections, and I just was thinking, nobody does the custom durags either. So maybe that could be another lane that I could bring and try to
Yeah.
just to have people looking different. I don't
Yeah.
like to have the same thing on everybody else has.
Yes.
I'm thinking about my grandsons and them playing baseball, and I was telling Marvina about their hair. Their hair's just kind of all over the place, and that's the one thing that I have not seen. I've seen a couple of them do the do rags, but like you said, they're just all different colors. Nothing that kind of ties into their team logo or anything like that. So I want to talk to you about that after this segment. See how
Okay,
we
Yes.
that works. Just let
can
me know.
collaborate on that and get some.
Yeah, just let me know.
Yes, that's nice. So
Mhm.
so your
Mhm.
inspiration more or less is characters more or less on the do rags. You did send me one which I didn't put up there with the different colors. So you just if I call, yeah, there you go. Show it. Show that one. Yes, I love that. See
I
that
like it. Is that like a
following? I
blue?
love that.
So,
Yes. See how? Oh, I love that.
Hmm.
Yes,
I
that's
like that.
nice.
this is a bonnet. I don't have it out yet, but I actually did a two colorway bonnet that
Okay.
Yes, that's nice. Oh, I like that. So is that silk? I mean, what's the material you normally use for
yeah,
your?
so everything is silk.
Okay.
Everything. I know that silk works best for our hair.
Hmm.
Kind of took that, and just me like wearing durags for so many years. I kind of learned like this works best for us, so
Hmm.
everything is silk.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Healthy hair.
As an entrepreneur, you decide you're actually you're a writer, basically, and also you sell your products. So how do they tie in together as far as because do you like the writing more? Do you like the doing the do rags more, or is it
You know,
something?
it's funny. Another funny quick story is when I broke out of my timid shell, and I would one day I went to the mall before I even all this was just drafted up, and there's a guy in the mall. I forget his brand. I can't think of the top of my name, but he's always selling his brand to you. Even he'll talk to you every time he sees you. So one day I just asked him, "Hey, I'm working on." I showed him the book that I was working on once it was finished, and then I showed him the durags that I had in mind. And to be honest, I was pushing for the durags in the beginning before the books. But when I
Hmm.
asked him, he said, "Put the durags are cool. They're fashionable. People are gonna like those regardless. But you push those books, and you'll make a difference in young children's life."
Wow.
And like I said, at the time, I was hoping because he was selling T-shirts, things of that nature. I was hoping he was gonna tell me something good about the durags. But he just said, "You're on to something with the books. Keep writing books, and you'll see. Once you release that book, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about." So
Yeah.
I took that with a grain of salt. Like I said, it wasn't the answer I was looking for at the time because I was at his booth and trying to figure out, well, how can I get a booth and have my stuff in here and do something similar to this? But once I fast forwarded and started reaching out, going to the schools and things of that nature, I started really liking the feedback I was getting from the kids.
Hmm.
Really, actually, really, really made me happy to see the kids interacting with me and just wanting to take pictures and wanted me to come back to the class and help them write, and then just seeing the teachers' faces when I got finished with them and stuff like that. So now I definitely will say I push for the books first
Yeah,
because I see that it makes a big difference, and I get so many ideas just because I read a lot of books, watch a lot of TV. I'm always getting ideas. It's very quick for me to get an idea and try to relate it to children because it forces me to think back to when I was a kid,
Hmm.
and I'm able to just get different ideas. That's actually a book I was going to show later
yeah,
on. It's my ABCs tracing and coloring book.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I love that. That's a lost art because they don't teach writing in school anymore.
Not at all.
They yeah.
I'm actually working on a cursive writing book right now.
Woo!
So
Yes.
Yes.
that's,
Yes.
that's another
Well,
lost art I feel. They're not even teaching cursive no more.
they aren't. They took it away. I call it once again. I call it a lost art. Um, so you've been showing a side, an emotional side that we don't typically see with men, especially when it comes to their daughters. How empowering has that been for you? And I know that it's working in the school system. So have you reached other dads that way?
It's funny, like I said, when I working in that plasma center, um, I won't put his information out there, but there's one dad in particular that would come and he had some personal issues with his daughter and family going on, and he hit me just really speaking to, and he's probably twice my age. That's one of them that was twice my age,
Mhm.
and he was able to. We follow each other. He's got my author page, and he saw what I was doing. And before all that, we just were speaking, and I don't even know how we got on the topic, but he ended up opening up to me about what was going on in his life, and then I gave him a piece of what I kind of went through during my journey, and we kind of figured out we have some similarities. We're not too far from each other. He might be
Mhm.
a little older than me, but I could give you some advice, and then he let me know some things. I took some advice from him, and over time working there, it was a couple dads I ended up just from me just being vocal. Black man, you can't really be emotional too much, or
Right.
people think you soft for whatever reason.
Hmm.
But I think that's just a cultural problem that we are now getting over. I feel like
Hmm.
it's a little it's getting better to where
Yeah.
they're starting to open up and not be as hard, because I realized quickly being not showing any emotions to your kids could kind of mess them up in the long run,
Yes.
you know, and you don't really know it until it's too late.
Yes.
I can
Wow.
speak for myself. I speak to my biological dad here and there, but it's no that door for me to be emotional is just not there because I'm 27 now and it's just something new. Can't Will it ever be there? Maybe, but it's harder now
Hmm.
because I'm grown now. Whereas I feel like if you would have just closed that gap when I was a little younger, it'll be an easier transition as I'm grown and I can open up some more and be able to just be myself around them and things like that. So it definitely helped. I say just showing that side. My
Mm.
daughter definitely opened up that side for me as I would often look at her and realize, I'll never see life in her lenses just because she's a female.
Mm.
She's gonna go through some things that I'll never have to go through, and vice versa. She won't know what it's like being a black male in America. I won't know what it's like being a black female in America. So I look at her, and she kind of helped me soften up a lot.
Mm.
Not be as tough and demanding, I guess you could say, or quick to just put my emotions off to the side. I know sometimes I'm still working on that where I kind of don't show my soft side as much, but she shows her soft side all the time. So it helps me kind of realize, okay, I can do better in this area, do better in that area. And just allows me to be able to express myself not only to her, but during other situations where I'm talking to, men or women or a friend or family. I don't have to be so closed off in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you through that experience and you get that from that experience from your dad because he's not there. You think it would have been a little different if it was a boy child first? I mean, I understand, sometimes it's easier to give my baby girl because she's a girl, girly girl, you always want to give. But, do you believe that once you decide to have your son, would this be something that you would install in him to be more, show more of his the more emotional part of of your relationship with him?
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna definitely, raise him as to be, a strong man. But on the other side of things, I'm gonna allow him to see that it's okay to show that you have emotions as
Right.
well. Like you're not just nobody is just straight straight face, this one personality all the time.
Hmm.
And that's not even the way you should be living life.
Right.
Kind of being in a shell, because when you, for me at least, living like that, you just hold stuff in. A lot of emotions get bottled up, and that's never good. You end up
Yeah.
you just carrying emotions. You end up blowing up on the wrong people. You end up missing out on opportunities because nobody knew that you like that. Nobody knew that you didn't like that.
Right. Right.
You're
And
gonna
I commend you on it, because a lot of, we sometimes as parents, we either do what our parents do, or we try to do
Yeah.
opposite of what our parents do. And you seeing where the issue came in with your relationship with your dad. You decide you want to do something different, um, and make your child understand the love and the compassion that you have for them, just through showing your emotions. And that really does help. I mean, because my bag is kind of like your bag. I didn't understand that part, because having not having my real father in the household. But can I ask you one more question? It's gonna be a little personal, but it's okay. I hope it doesn't take. Do you feel like, uh dad, because dad wasn't there, do you feel that it makes you, want to be a better dad? Or is that are you trying to be a better dad, or just a better person because he wasn't there? Or is just something that you just wanted to just pick up and do? You see what I'm saying?
say we could say it's mixed. I mean, like I said, we live in a society where everybody wants to be fake tough or too cool to do this and that. You know, too cool to even tell people that they write children's books. I'm pretty sure there's somebody around somewhere that wants to do something they love, but it's not normal. I guess you could say. They rather be fake like they're this person instead of that person. Um, I knew my dad when I was real little. Like we were kind of close at one point, and then got mixed up into some illegal activity. Ended up going to prison, and then he got deported. So we were a little close at one point, and then all that happened. Fast forward, I actually got to see him. I went to Jamaica last
Wow.
year, and I got to see him on Father's Day. So that was kind of a highlight. But and like I said, all these emotions, like I thought it was kind of awkward a little bit. Definitely some moments, but it definitely felt good. I would say, like I got to hug him, got to meet a brother on that side that I never met. You know, he would buy me things when I was younger. So in that moment, him living in Jamaica and not having access to certain things, I was able to give him some clothes for once. Gave
Yeah.
Mm.
gave him some sneakers, a couple of my hats and things. So that felt good to give back to my dad in that sense. That felt really good. But it was something was missing. I could just tell like something was missing due to those awkward moments. Or us just sitting there repeating the same question, talking about the same thing. So much time went by that we really didn't have much to talk about. So we would be talking about the same thing that we speak every now and then on the phone and stuff. But even then, the combo, we're often talking about the same thing because there's not much to speak about.
Mm.
He missed a lot of key moments in my life, and vice versa. So it's kind of hard now to speak and have a relationship. I don't have nothing against him or anything like that, but it's just a little harder. So with that, I told myself early on, like I said, when she was born, like, hey, like I can't allow that to happen. You know,
Mhm.
like I said, I had a stepdad. We had a fairly decent relationship, but and definitely appreciate him for all that he did.
Yeah.
But it was always something missing when you get around people, friends, family, and they have their biological dad in their life. Just the connection.
Mhm.
As I got older, I started seeing like the connection. Like, you know, as close as I was with my stepdad, I knew there were certain things that I could never go to him about. I just personally didn't feel comfortable going to him about certain things that I,
Wow.
for a fact, I would have quickly went to my dad, my biological dad, if he was there.
Wow.
Whereas now, you know, I can't go to him because I just don't feel comfortable.
Yes.
So
I
I
get.
told myself I wouldn't
Wow.
follow that trend. You know, the stereotypical thing is, you know, black dads aren't in their child's life. And first of all, that's not true. You could look, stats say that that's not, black men are not even leading in that aspect. But that's neither here nor there. I
Right.
just wouldn't follow that trend and just leave my daughter feeling like, you know, why didn't my dad love me, so to speak, or where was my dad when I needed him? So I don't miss events. I don't miss first anything.
Love it.
Love it.
I'm hands on. You know, I pretty much, she's definitely spoiled. I guess you could say a little too spoiled. But you know, I feel like that also comes with, you know, me just not having my dad in my life like that. You know, I wish I was spoiled. He did spoil us at one point, but I wish I was spoiled. You know, had that luxury of just running to my dad to buy me something when I needed it, even if I didn't necessarily need it. So I said I wouldn't redo that again and have her feeling like there was a void that's, you know, that never got filled. Because when I got to see him for the first time in 20 plus years, it definitely felt like a shoulder, like something was lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, I thought I would, as much as I was mad and, you know, upset over how things turned out, it felt good to see him
Yeah.
Mhm.
and get, you
I
know,
got.
an updated picture. Got to take a picture with him. That felt good, you know. So definitely between me just knowing how that felt and just me telling myself that I would make a difference, that kind of made me kind of be able to embrace her and know like this was something that I would never let go.
Mhm.
Forgave.
Beautiful.
You was able to forgive after all of this. I
Yeah.
get it. I do. I understand that. Wow, that's deep.
Mhm.
I'm just saying. And if it would have went any other way, I don't know if you would be such an amazing person that you are today.
Right.
Amazing.
Thank
Um,
you. Yeah, shoot.
but
Like I said, it made me. It didn't
yeah,
break me, but it made me. So
yeah,
Ooh, I like that. It made
yeah,
you, it didn't break you.
yeah.
So,
You're
so the
amazing.
yeah. So the writing has been very therapeutic for you. It's been like a therapeutic journey.
definitely, writing it. I used to try to write adult novels. Sister Soldier's my favorite author.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I could never finish the book. You know, I was always feeling like I was writing that book in 2 or 3 pages. I had the whole book and didn't know how to, you know, break this chapter off. So when I got the children's book idea, I was very thankful because I was writing, these came quick. You know, you don't have to write a big old chapter book for children anyway.
Exactly.
That,
Hmm.
you just got to try to capture their attention. So this, once I kind of got the hang of it, and it just started flowing,
Wow.
flowing.
Wow.
And with issues that go on in the world, I'm able to use that, think like a kid, and just try to put it in a book and just see, and just different ways to educate them outside of them, because everything is so um, technology based now. I think reading, if a child reads outside of school, you know they really like to read.
Right.
Mm,
That's true.
mm,
Ooh, I
mm.
like that.
Well, let me tell y'all, he has these books. You can actually get them on. Where can we find your books?
So you can find my books on my website, trevortheauthor.com, or you can find them on Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then
Also, go ahead.
you, they're on Instagram as well. There's a tab on the Instagram page where you could hit the link in the bio. And I think it'll take you straight to Amazon or the website as well. And then there's a TikTok page for it as well. There's a link on there. You could click the link in the bio, and it'll take you to all that stuff as well.
And how about those silk, beautiful silk
So
bonnets
the
and
silk
yeah,
Durag.
do
bonnet on the website silkcity.com. I have an Instagram page for it as well, where you can hit the link and it'll take you straight to the website. And then on my TikTok as well, you could if you click the tab, it's actually on TikTok Shop. So if you do get them off TikTok, they're a lot cheaper than the website. That's a little hint if you
So
want to.
I know y'all people out there be watching TikTok. Go on this
Hmm.
TikTok shop and go get some of these the do rags and look for the books out there because they're there. These are and he's out here trying to make a difference in the world. Thank God
Yes.
for with these, because it's really important for us to have daddies, and knowing our daddy love and care for us, especially young ones like you. And I appreciate you for coming on and sharing all of these beautiful things that you're.
Yes.
We're looking forward to seeing you. We was talking about the Peachtree Fest, so we're gonna try to get you a merchant in there so you can get you some start
Hmm.
selling get your do rags and get your books out there. So y'all watch out. You may see Trevor on in the Peachtree Fest. So yeah, I'm just excited for you. I'm excited for your future. I appreciate you for coming on.
Yes.
We love on you. We're gonna continue to love on you. It's not our last time seeing each other. It ain't gonna be our last time talking. God bless you, and really thankful for you. You got something to say, Vaughn, before we get on?
Thank you so much, and thank you for being such a positive role model. Thank you so much, because like
Yes,
Marvina said, there's too few of you. So thank you so much,
yes. Thank you
and
so
showing your
much.
daughter how to be, and how daddy's supposed to love you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yes, we
Looking
love you. We will be talking to you soon. Okay.
Hmm.
okay,
I'm gonna let you go and then but don't leave. Don't leave. Just letting you go. Just don't leave. Stay in. Okay.
okay.
Right. All right, Von.
Yes. Ooh, what
That
a
was
wonderful
beautiful.
segment.
Yes,
Ooh.
that was a wonderful segment to all y'all who's listening. She got these do rags out there. Y'all can get it some children books. I know y'all have children, grandchildren that would love to read it to teach us how daddies look. How daddies view. We always see women in here and the moms, the mothers are always doing for the children, but it's important to know that daddy do love their children just as much that he wrote his books about his baby. I love that. I love that. All right, girly girl, you want to go ahead on and take us on out?
Hey guys, so we have our What's in the Bag directory. The What's in the Bag directory is What's in the Bag, and it's on Facebook. Is What's in the Bag with a question mark, and that is where you will start to see upcoming events, upcoming guests that will be on the show, along with their topics, so that you can pull out your calendar and plan accordingly. And then also we have our What's in the Bag interactive page. We have Motivational Monday, Talk About It Tuesday, Wisdom Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, and Friday. And then we also have our where you guys can reach out and you guys can watch us on YouTube at What's in the Bag 21. And as we are growing this channel, our YouTube channel, like I said before, even if you've already subscribed and are a member on our Facebook page, we ask that you go to our What's in the Bag page on YouTube, and we ask that you subscribe, we ask that you like, and we ask that you share. And there you will be able to go back and watch all of the previous segments that we have. So if you missed anything, you're able to go back and take and watch it as well. And then you can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch at What's in the Bag 21.
What about our music? What if they want to call us? If they want to see
And
us?
look, and if you call us at 833-520-9482. If you would like to be a guest on the show, all you have to do is just pick up the phone and call 833-540 oh Lord, I'm all wrong. 520-9482. And the 9482 is What's in the Bag, WITB. So give us a call. You can speak with myself or Marvina, and we would love to take and hear from you guys. And then we have go ahead, Martina.
Y'all know it. Y'all know. Let me say this. I know everybody like, well, we get on here every week. We just sometimes need a little support. We
Mhm.
got support. We got our cash app, which is $ what's in the bag 21. Also, we have buy you a coffee. One of our guests who comes on every Saturday, she actually did to buy us a coffee, and I appreciate you, Chanel, because you always been there. We love you. We appreciate you. She's the first one on every Saturday. All right. But we asking for support. We got to keep the lights on. We get ready to do the Peachtree Fest. We need equipment. We need things to go. We even was asked to go to the Essence. So I'm
Yes.
just being honest with y'all. This is gonna cost a little money. I know y'all get on TikTok and buy people stuff on TikTok and things like that. What about what's in the bag? Let us know that you love us, support us, buy us a coffee. What's in the bag 21? Come on now. On
Yes.
Cash App. Just 5, 10, 15, $2. It don't matter. It don't matter how much. We just know that it will go back. Every month we pay for this just to get on this platform. We got to pay
That's right.
for this. So it's not like we just run around here just like, okay, we're gonna take the money and put it in our pockets, because we ain't got it like that. So we asking now for support, just support a sister, two sisters that's trying to make a difference. We bring a whole lot of topics out here. We bring on a lot of guests. We ain't just trying to keep it for ourselves. This
That's
platform is
right.
for everybody. We highlight people. We don't care what you're doing. And topics are not off limit. We don't care what you want to talk about. We just want to know what's in your bag. Because
Hmm.
sometimes what's in your bag is in my bag. Like today, case in point, the young man, he's an entrepreneur. We're entrepreneurs too. But then
That's
he
right.
talked a little bit about his dad. We can kind of relate to the relationships with our parents. So, and I'm saying to you is our bags are so big and so full that we're allowed to go ahead on and release these things. We got more guests get ready to come on for the rest of the year. So it does take a little money. So we asking right now for a little support. Just a little bit. Ain't got to be a whole lot. You can even go on and support us on buy us a coffee. You can do $5 a month. Yeah,
Hmm.
we ain't asking for a whole lot. We just asking for a little support. So that's all I got to say about that. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for
Yes.
watching every Saturday, the ones that come on and the ones that comes on just to see the topics and just pop in and pop out. We even appreciate you. We appreciate
Right.
you that just coming in just to see what Marvin and Yvonne is doing on What's in the Bag. We appreciate the ones that comes in and just say, I know somebody that wants to be a part of your bag.
That's right.
We appreciate you for just being who you are. Just, we appreciate you for sharing if you do that. Whatever you doing to help What's in the Bag, we appreciate you. And we're not asking for a whole lot. Ain't nobody trying to break nobody's pockets. Ain't nobody trying to ask you to do a whole budget. We just know, it just takes a little support to make sure we keep on doing what we doing. Help Black sisters out. We ain't. I can't even understand it half the times. We want to see what people doing, but we don't want to support. Well, I
Come on
guess
now.
you are supporting by watching, but how about a little bit of time? Just a little dollar, $2, penny. Now, don't
That's
give me
it.
no penny. They stopped making pennies now. They talking about some pennies cost $4 to make. So now, I don't want no pennies. But like I'm saying, pennies adds up to cents and cents adds up to dollars.
Always.
Always. So we just ask
Always.
for a little support. That's all. Thank y'all so much for being a part. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We love every bit of this every
Yeah. Hey
Go ahead,
guys.
PFF.
It's day. It's Saturday. We woke up today. God is good all the time, and all the time God is great. So with that being said, stay blessed, be a blessing, and have a blessed day. We love you guys, and we look forward to seeing you guys next Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Love on our guests. We got some things going on. I know y'all
Yes.
y'all got a little change to go ahead on and buy a little do rag or whatever. See y'all. Love you.